I have learned that balance in life requires harmony in all aspects, the body, mind and soul. And you will come to see that my approach to horsemanship entails just this. In the videos that follow over the next few months, I aim to share with you the ins and outs of practicing horsemanship from all three aspects of life. Because in my view, the ultimate ride requires balance of the body, of the mind, and of the soul, of rider and of steed. A balanced ride with an in-depth approach. My goal is to help you to achieve the ultimate performance, not from, but with your horse. To achieve this, you need to understand your horse's body, mind, and soul as much as your own. And much more importantly, you need to understand how the two of you can function as one, living this balance. In the next series of videos, we will discuss the approach I have developed over many years as physiotherapist and equine intuitive to your body and to your horses. Many a speaker before me has mentioned the importance of the correct body work from horse and rider. But on this platform, I approach things with a difference. I have the blessing of 20 years of experience as a physiotherapist and can explain more than a mouthful as far as bodywork goes. But I have the added advantage of having heard firsthand what it is that our equine counterparts desire from you, the rider. Recently, I did a reading where a horse asked its owner to stop trying to control him with her hands, but rather ride him with her seat. A simple request, and a request right up there with the essentials of correct riding. Horses often ask their owners to breathe, more so that they may read their intentions. Another request that parallels with the essentials of proper riding form. Horses don't ask for unrealistic dreams. They yearn for the basics that we have long forgotten. So let's start at the very beginning of any horse and rider body relationship. The physical bits. In most sports, sportsmen spend the bulk of their energy working at and perfecting their own bodies. Yet so many of us are happy for our horses to do all the work. Riders are most often solely focused on the condition and ability of their horses, and their horses alone. Many a time I've heard the words, "I know I should have myself treated, but my horse is more important." Although a very humbling approach, it doesn't help your horse or your ride. Yesterday I did a reading in which the horse complained he couldn't connect with his rider. Her spine was rigid and stiff, and he couldn't feel her. The reality of this situation is that the rider has a less than satisfactory ride and assumes her horse is out of alignment. She calls a physio or a chiro to treat her horse. Her horse feels better for a while because he has indeed physically compensated for her physical restriction. But naturally, it doesn't last because the true cause of the problem hasn't been addressed. Your pelvis should be moving backwards and forwards, side to side, with your horse's spine and back musculature. When your spine is unable to move along with your horse's, it's like a link in the spring, which is the horse's muscle, is broken. He cannot move through his full range of motion, and in time, this limitation causes restriction, possibly even pain in his back. Maybe you have your horse child treated again with a good heart, but still, you are not addressing the cause of the problem, which is you. Always start your ride by ensuring you are in good physical form. Make the effort to be supple in the right areas so that you may avoid rigidity in your frame blocking his movement and prevent you from looking for answers in completely the wrong places. A horse is a living, breathing being. If you want it to be the best it can be when carrying you on its back, show it the same courtesy. Here are some recommendations that you as a rider can do on a regular basis to ensure you are supple enough to deepen your seat and limit any rigidity through your spine. Please note that the stretches should never give you pain. A stretch may cause a 2 to a 4 out of 10 pulling discomfort, but anything more than that, any pain you experience and you are stretching further than you should be, you may require soft tissue work from a qualified practitioner. Remember that it is normal to feel achy when starting a new exercise regime. But if you are in pain, please seek help.
The reality is that when we ride, we are not statues on an iron horse. Our horse has its own biomechanics, as do we, and we need to learn to let these two systems integrate flawlessly to achieve a connected ride. Here are my top 3 tips to achieving just this, to supple your body as not to hinder the biomechanics of your ride. First off, is the importance of our pelvis and the muscles attached to it. This is effectively where we have the most physical contact with our horses, and we need to ensure flexibility in these muscles to encourage a deeper seat for better connection. The pelvic floor is the best kept secret. It is filled with musculature with a variety of responsibilities. Often these muscles are the cause of multiple problems, ranging from mild incontinence to pain and achiness in the lower abdomen. There are a few ways to supple the pelvic floor, many of which I delve into in the courses that will be available on this platform. A good way to supple the pelvic floor musculature is in a deep squat. Stand upright with your legs in a semi-wide base and lower your buttocks so that your elbows are resting on your knees. The next group of muscles which will deepen your seat when supple are the adductors. These are the muscles on the inside of your thigh. There are a few ways to stretch these. Here is an effective adductor stretch. Lastly, let's look at the suppling of your spine. A lot of movement is required through the spine and pelvis for a connected ride. Rigidity through the spine blocks effective communication between you and your horse. The well-known cat-camel exercise is a great suppling exercise. Finish it off with the child's pose. Note how you can adjust the cat-camel to apply on horseback.
I've chosen a few of the most important stretches for the purposes of this video. For a fuller stretching program aimed at the rider, please download the Rider's Suppling Program on my website. I advise these stretches once a day for 2 weeks and then continue stretching twice a day. A stretch can be held for 30 seconds to 2 minutes. Go into it and come out of a stretch slowly and gently. Breathe out into your stretch. Always visualize the fibers elongating in your muscles. Visualize the increase of the blood flow. See the oxygen increasing in your muscles. A stretch should feel good and comfortable. Don't compare yourself to others. We are all built differently and we are all at different places in our lives. Keep following these videos for more exercises on how to improve your connection with your horse through your body, mind, and soul. Your horse deserves your commitment to your own body, just as much as your commitment to his body. I look forward to sharing more with you. Love and light.